are off. Welcome to the Deep in the Woods podcast, episode 30-something. We're up there. A lot of episodes. So, I'm Nate, your host, and as always, we got Aaron Hawks in the pod. We're missing Aaron, but he'll be back. And so, he's probably watching this right now. We miss you, but he'll be back. First off, announcements. They're more of just reiterated announcements. We're going to hash over them quite a bit so you remember them. Yeah. Holton Lake Classic, we got coming up. September 22nd is the actual event. Like I alluded to last podcast, we're making a whole weekend out of it. So guys are coming up Friday, Thursday night. They're going to stay through Sunday. It's going to be a blast. If you aren't there, I'm sorry, because we're going to talk a lot about it afterwards. And so I encourage everyone to come out. Let me know you're coming. We'll make it happen for everyone. And so, yeah, it's going to be a blast.
And I don't think we talked about this. The course is actually Skinner. Which, if you haven't played Skinner or haven't had the opportunity to, it is definitely not a bomber course. It is it's shorter, you got to hit your line. I guess you can call it highly technical.
It's fair, though.
It's fair.
Very fair.
You don't step into Palm or hole 6 and be like, oh, yeah. No, there are actual lines. So that's the expectation. Like we discussed, or I dreamed of the idea, but it was not a very good idea, but I dreamed of it because I thought it was a good idea. But it's not a good idea of just doing a glitch only round there. But I like to throw the glitch. Not everyone likes to throw the glitch, so I respect it. But it's that kind of course. You are not going out there throwing 350, 400, 450. It's just...
If this is your first tournament, it's a perfect tournament for you. Yeah. That's basically what we're saying. And it also challenges the top level guys too. Yeah. You have to, fillet the lines, fillet the fairways, and make your putts. That's disc golf, right? And so, we had a fun battle last year. Not to recap it totally, but we had a lot of guys in AM1 that were battling it out. We had guys all over the course battling it out, and so it's a blast. Me and Hawks were just holding on to 4 at Tournament Central, which is a blast. It's a fun, good time to hang out.
We put a lot of pressure on people because we walk up to all these whole, obviously 18, 17, and 16, or 15 or 14. There's like 3 or 4 holes that we just sit there and stare at you.
Yeah. We make it really weird. So that's kind of the goal.
That's what we do.
And then that weekend, so the plan for Saturday, we got really 3 options that we could really do. They have a fundraiser tournament going on that Saturday at Skinner, so we could play in that. But it is a middle of the day tournament. Oh. It's a 1-rounder. I think it starts at like noon, and so it kind of takes up a lot of day. Another option is we could go like on a Traverse City tour. We go play 2-3 courses up there, which is pretty cool.
You should.
I know Hawks will already be there, and so we could tag up with him, which is pretty cool. I know he'd appreciate that.
It'd be awesome.
And then we can. I know guys will want to play Hanson at some point.
Yeah.
And so
you can't go to Houghton Lake and not play Hanson Hills. It is like, if you have not had that opportunity, they have a couple courses. We'll call one the mountain. I don't know what they're technically the hill course, and it's truly, you're hiking. It's a hike.
But morale is always on.
Yeah, it's always fun.
It's always fun. We'll probably might even try to squeeze that in Friday, and make the Traverse City tour up Saturday.
Yeah.
We'll see. Lots of options. Options are endless, and so we'll probably iron that out closer to the event.
Yeah.
What I do want to emphasize, and I said this last time, I have a list going of the guys who have signed up for the event. And so when I say event, I mean Sunday Houghton Lake Classic.
Got it.
If there is a scenario where you plan on coming up for the disc golf weekend, awesome. But for whatever reason, you have to be home. You can't be there Sunday. Let me know. I'll throw your name on the list. But the general rule of thumb is once you sign up for the tournament, I got you on the list. I know you're going to be there. And I'm going to start ironing out numbers. And so that'll help me figuring out Airbnb situations, sleeping situations, stuff like that. So the earlier you can do that, the better. We'll drop the link in the description below. It's also in Discord. Most of you guys already are in Discord. All that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah. You want to be on this list.
Yeah, it's a good list to be on. It's a good list to be on.
And you should probably bring peanut butter M&Ms.
Yeah, I know Hawks enjoys those, and so if you want to be a good friend to Hawks, throw it out there, bring him on. So we've hashed that out a good amount. Let's move on to Sanctioned Leagues.
Sanctioned League still happening. Few more weeks. The leaderboard is starting to. We're starting to see the leaders. However, there was this guy.
Yeah, tell me about him.
There was this guy who you might have heard of him, but he went to Firefighters, which was last Friday, and he shot a 10 under par.
At Firefighters?
That's wild. Now, it's reachable. Everyone will sit here and say, oh yeah, I can get this hole, I can get this hole, I can get this hole, and eventually you'll get to about 10 and be like, oh, yeah, okay, I just played perfect.
Yeah.
And I looked at I didn't have the opportunity to play, and I was not motivated to play because Brandon Maxson played AM2, which I play, and he shot a 10 under par, and I was like, oh.
It's never a good time when Brandon's in the field.
This guy.
Yep.
We talk about him too much. He's killing it. And so anyway, Sanctioned League is still happening. I think we have four weeks left. This next one is going to be at Palmer, happening this Friday.
Yep, we all got warmed up on Palmer today.
Yeah, we all got to play Palmer. So come hang out, flex start, call your buddies, call us, throw it on Discord, throw it on the comments section and Disc Golf Scene. We'll get you on there. We'll meet up with you. We'll go throw. You can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
Does cost you $5. Last week I said it was free. It's not free. Does cost $5. Apologize.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we got going on for Sanctioned League. And then, as we discussed, Sanctioned League will continue. It'll be a completely separate entity. I will be putting together this week, and so you should be able to see it. We talked about trying to get our events up a month at a minimum, ideally longer, but get that up on Disc Golf Scene so people can see it, so we can start speaking to it, so people can start showing up. So that will be the Sundays at Wagner starting September 8th. Same deal. Show up. It's a flex. Just a restart the session, and we'll go for 8 weeks.
Yep. Excited for that. I think it'll be a big hit with the fall colors.
Yeah.
So
be great. Be great.
And then one last thing. We're just going to tease it because it's coming up, and we won't have a podcast for a second.
Okay.
But throw August 25th on your calendar.
Throw it in here real quick.
If you're familiar with the Pro Tour schedule, that's when Worlds is happening. That's when the final round's going to happen Sunday. We are going to host a final round watch party. There will be more details to come, but I wanted to throw in everyone's radar. That way, everyone's kind of stirring about it. People are talking. It's going to be a blast. There may even be some, let's say, I don't know. I came up with this on the spot, but squares or something of that nature where we get like a little exciting. I know people eat that up. I don't want to, say we are doing it, but
we could.
We've been missing out on an opportunity to really stir some things up.
Oh man, we're gonna just straight up we're gonna gamble.
We're gonna gamble on everything.
Bring some dollar bills.
Yep, we're gonna gamble on the time that takes Gamber to putt. The over under on that. That'll be fun.
It's wise.
Yeah, we're gonna gamble on everything. So bring money. No, I'm just kidding.
August 25th.
Yeah, so we'll make it fun. We're not solid on location. That's to be determined.
TBD.
But just get excited for it. That's all. So
I'm excited.
So
you said you don't have location.
Well, we have a location that we're leaning towards. Do you want to do? Should we
we are in the process of conferring / working with / making things happen with Eternal Games Chesterfield. Our boy Trey, who runs the Chesterfield location, and we want to host, because that's where we have our discs.
Yep.
We want to host it up there. Get some pizzas, hang out. If you're kind of bored, you could play some board games, and then potentially find some deals on some discs.
Who knows? Yeah, I know. I hear they have them up there.
Yeah, so rumors. If you haven't been up there, perfect time to come hang out. So
Just to verify that they are there, go up there,
take a picture, understand what you got, and then
take a selfie.
Yeah.
Put it on the interweb.
Yeah, and if you got a few bucks, maybe you grab yourself a Zone LS.
Yeah, I hear they got those. Pretty cool.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's what we're looking at. It's obvious. It's definitely not set in stone yet. We're trying to make that happen. We have to work within the confines of the store because they run different events on Sundays. So we got to work with Trey on giving us space, throwing it up on the TVs, and maybe even get some people who aren't interested in disc golf watching. Being, well, who are these rowdy guys? What are they doing? Or watching this disc golf?
Who are these
game?
really cool guys sitting here watching
really
guys?
cool.
Really cool guys.
The epitome of really cool.
Really cool.
So that's the plan. If we have to pivot, we will make sure everybody knows, and we'll find a comfortable location where people can come in here, be loud, eat, hang out.
Yeah, we have lots of places to pivot to, but that's the ideal location.
That's location number one.
Yep. So, yeah, I think we hashed that out quite a bit. Just be excited for that.
Yeah.
Right?
And even if you're not involved in the fantasy, you can still come.
Which, if you're involved in fantasy, it's heating up.
Bigger deal.
It's heating up.
Yeah.
Things are getting exciting.
So
I don't want to go too deep into that, but Mike, you're on the hot seat for Let's Go.
So I'm going to throw this out there. I had an experience this past weekend where I had the opportunity to work at the air show, Thunder over Michigan.
Sure.
Down in Willow Run. I believe you were there.
Yeah.
Okay, we happened to be working in tents right next to each other. Anyway, at the time, Saturday and Sunday, I had the opportunity of working the beer tent with Mr. Benny McDaniel. Mr. Benny David McDaniel, or David Benny McDaniel. You guys know him.
I mean, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but he got himself a CTP today.
It's possible there was some ice cream in there as well. Just saying. So, anyway, Mr. Benny has a Pro Tour up on his telly. And so we're pulling up here as we're serving the alcoholic beverages to people.
European Open
happened. Funny story, I happen to be playing against Benny in the fantasy world. And our guys were like, I crushed him the first round. He barely squeaked by the second round, so we're 1-1. And then we drew the third round. So the rubber match was Sunday, and it was back and forth. He has Paul Macbeth on the same card with
Ricky.
Richard. With Richard Wysocki III.
Yeah.
And they're going head to head, and we're checking all these scores and all these other guys, and there's some smack talk happening. We're all very, very close. In the end,
well, it was kind of funny because Benny thought he won for a second there.
it was close but Ricky torched it.
Yeah.
But then you have to have everybody, because he also had Calvin, who shot like 10 under. But my squad, that's why you got
stepped up.
That's why you got to bring up the rear, bring up all the not top players, and then boom, get yourself a W.
I think we'll wrap up fantasy, but one thing I do want to highlight is the leaderboard got condensed quite a bit. We saw a big hitter go down. Not go down, but got hit pretty hard. We'll see how he responds next event. Mr. Ian Kumpela. The man got hit, and he's on the ropes. He got hit hard. 0-4, and he's the top guy.
Who does that?
What is even that?
Pretty sure everybody else won at least one game.
Yeah.
Not even.
So, I hope he can rebound well this next week. That's all I'm saying. So we'll see.
Do we? Do we hope?
I don't hope.
Because then you're a second, aren't you?
I'm one back a second right now.
Okay.
So
Mike's in second. John's in second.
Mike's like 3 points behind me. He's way behind me. So he's got a lot of work to do.
Apologize on the fantasy talk for those of you who aren't in, but next season we will do another fantasy so you can join us because it's awesome.
It's a lot of fun, and I suspect the guys will scale, right? So
Aaron won't play.
No, well, I think this is what happened last time.
We'll rope him in.
Last time he felt the excitement that everyone was bringing, and he had a lot of FOMO, and so he's like, last second, I'll do it because he wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And maybe he'll catch the bug again.
Yeah, we'll see.
You never know, and he'll be an auto bank win for everyone. Auto win.
That's a good call. Yeah, unless you don't get to play him.
Or in Nicholas's case, unless you catch him when all his players.
Oh yeah.
For the first time ever in the season are playing.
Yeah, it's true. So for those of you who aren't involved in fantasy, I apologize, but that was just a little chatter
Yeah.
of the fantasy as well as a little bit of happenings with the European Open if you missed it.
I know me and Mike on the course today, and we'll transition that way. Me and Mike on the course were hashing out about fantasy quite a bit.
Tell me.
It's me and Mike played this next week, and we were just talking about where your third, fourth guys need to be and how they need to be performing. And so he's got to drop Bino. A lot of fantasy talk. We'll transition to league, right? So we just wrapped up week 9.
Week 9.
Summer season. We only got one more week of actual league. How sad is that for 2024?
It's real sad.
Isn't that sad?
I probably won't get my name on a disc.
Yeah, I mean, you got time though, right?
I have one more week. I'm so far down.
Well, next season, right? There's always next season. Next year.
Fine.
So we just wrapped up. Let's start off with the shout-outs with CTP longest putts.
Oh yeah, I have them written down. Aaron's put them in Discord. So CTPs and longest putts belong to, or I should say, all bonus points. Why don't I just do all bonus points?
Sure.
Instead of
yeah.
just the CTPs and longest putts. So longest putt, Aaron and New Guy Tyler. New Guy Tyler is a friend of Chris Lemon.
Yeah.
So you will see him as New Guy Tyler because I don't know New Guy Tyler's last name. So we got New Guy Tyler. Hopefully he comes back next week and the following weeks of us just casual.
Did they get longest putt? Is that what you're saying?
So Aaron and New Guy Tyler hit longest putt.
Okay.
So good on them. Longest putt was
18?
No, that was yes, it was 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff and I just threw it too close.
Yeah. Sometimes
It's tough. It's tough. The ABCTP was Zeke, and that was on hole 16, which I believe he.
Funny story. Not funny. Cool story.
Cool story.
From the longs, he threw he threw a stable disc.
Sure.
Just like any of his discs.
Sure.
Right? So, but he gave it a ridiculous amount of width. And so he threw it way out right, and it just kept on gliding left, right?
Sure.
Hits the ground, hits bottom cage. Ugh. We thought that sucker was going in.
Could have been.
What could have been. I know Zeke was a little light on his feet when that thing hit. He was like,
it was a
take
big
the
deal.
outside. It was pretty cool.
That's a pucker.
Cool. Yeah.
Right there. Yeah, it was funny because I'm walking in, and on my card, your boy Nicholas was like, I wonder if my CTP stood. And he was like 25 feet away.
Yeah.
Come on. Not that I was closer.
No, yeah.
But no chance. So, good for you, Zeke. Well done. CD, CTP, and ice cream. Mr. Benny.
Oh, you got both?
He got both.
So one was on hole 2. That was ice cream, right?
The ice cream was Benny on hole 2, and then the CTP for D's was on hole, or C and D was on hole 17.
Oh,
and that was, when I passed, it was just past the tree on the right, which is probably about 6-7 feet. I don't know if that was Benny. I didn't look, but that was a good shot. And if you got within that, that's a great shot. That was a great shot.
Yeah.
So good on you, Mr. Benny. Teams got a little wonky, but that's fine. There was no birdie fun hit. There was no ace hit.
I thought someone had a birdie fun. Are we sure?
I'm not 100% sure, but everything that I have written down here says no birdie fund. So
birdie fund, Christian and Jeff, plus Dylan and Will. So there's 2 teams that got birdie fund.
Where do you see that?
Discord.
Just not. I'm looking in the wrong spot, probably.
Yeah, it's league info.
Gotcha.
You're in league chat.
Yep.
It's okay.
I'm new.
So yeah, we distinguish between chat. Benny decided to hop into league info chat and ask questions.
Yeah, kind of messed everything up here.
Yeah. So birdie fund. I'm gonna reiterate. Christian and Jeff, Dylan and Will.
Got it. So that's 2 points to those guys.
Yeah.
Which is a big deal.
Which,
especially down. Not that none of those 4 are not necessarily competing. However, Jeff Cafferly is in the hunt.
And then you also got to talk about Dylan and Will, who came in first.
Well,
they got those extra 2 points, right?
And they shot like 14 under par.
15.
15 under par. Who does that?
Why? What's the
Who
point?
does that? That's no fun.
That's no fun.
Enjoy the course.
They clearly didn't like throwing.
They didn't throw nearly as many times as I did.
Nope. They didn't hit the cage as much as I did.
Yeah, they got cheated.
Yeah.
But whatever. So yeah, good for them. That's 2 extra bonus points. In the scope of where everyone falls in terms of points, there was some movement. It's slight,
There was.
but there was some movement. Now
There wasn't as much movement as we were hoping drama-wise. But I think
Fair.
you'll allow Week 10, if both of them show up, to be... it's not guaranteed, right? So
nothing's guaranteed.
nothing's guaranteed.
Ian gained, I believe, 4 points or 3
Two
points.
strokes.
Two points on Brandon when everything is said and done. Which, when it's 69.5 to 65, 2 points bringing him up to 67. Obviously, that the points will move up, but that's the difference. That's a big deal. That is striking distance.
You gotta believe Ian is licking his chops.
So long as he shows up.
So long as he shows
We're
up.
hoping that he shows up. Now,
And Grizzly Oaks isn't an easy track.
correct.
You gotta come in and perform.
Correct. You got to hit those lines. Because, well, do we want to pour one out for Mr. Roz?
Man, Roz went through it today.
It's tough.
He deserves our
tough.
respect.
Yeah.
You know, he
Fought to the bitter end.
He fought the good fight. You know, and he didn't necessarily die,
No.
but I just think morale wasn't the greatest.
Oh.
Today. And so
I didn't get to witness it until I looked at the scorecard and saw him getting California on the bottom.
yeah, and California I think has a distinct disadvantage.
So there's a big debate.
And what I want to hear your side of the debate.
So from me, if I get the opportunity to play California, I can correct a putt. Right? If I land 25 feet, you guys always hear about man, second guy's way better.
Yeah,
Oh, I get second guy. If I shank a drive, second guy, he's way better. I would have done this.
yeah,
Boom. And for whatever reason, all of us do it. Even if you say you don't, second guy is always better. Now, I haven't had the opportunity to play California in our league, so I just for whatever I don't. But that's just my own thoughts because I feel like if I get a second shot at something, I will correct it and get 5 or 6 more birdies.
yeah.
Or not a bogey.
Hmm.
Right? So that's just my take on it. I understand I might be able to throw further than somebody, in which case I could see it being a disadvantage because if you step up to a hole that you can't reach, let's say it's 350 and I can't reach it unless I get a perfect drive with this perfect flex and wind in my back, there is not a lot of advantage because now I'm looking at a 45, 50 footer. Even if I do have second guy, the odds of me hitting that are low. Where's the advantage?
Yeah.
So I can see both sides, but my perspective is allowing me second guy, I will hit the 25 footer, the 30 footer, the 32 footer if I miss the first one.
I think Roz, and we're just specifically Roz. Roz is a bubble guy, and so
Okay.
I think he's a C plus B minus guy. He's right in that range.
Sure.
He gets moved around quite a bit depending on our numbers.
Sure.
And I think him getting California, did he play longs or shorts?
Oh, I don't know.
Because that's a big component there.
Yeah, if he played longs, that's like
If he played longs, then I would have to side with Roz and say he should have played shorts.
because if you look at hole 9, which was hole 9 is from the longs you play from the street. And it's the big long par 4.
There's a number of holes where you could make you could shave a ton of strokes off your game.
Well, yeah, right
by
there.
the shorts.
You throw 9 longs, and I throw 9 longs, and I get to the soul tree by itself. Any D, any C will throw it 50, 60 feet past every single time
Or
on a shank.
even 4.
That's a stroke.
Or even 4, 13, 4. Well, I guess we all played 14 shorts.
4,
15, 16's huge.
Yeah. It's
17, 18.
I guess I don't know if he played.
I guess 17 is I'm short. Because
Right. I don't know.
That's
if
the
he
one
played
thing
balls.
that I would have to ask.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's good. That's a good call.
You know,
You're right.
so if he did play shorts, I think he maybe just had a bad round.
Sure. Which everyone's entitled to that. That's why
Yeah.
you have 10 weeks and you pick your best 5. That's the structure of it.
Yeah.
The trouble is, he's not coming next Tuesday.
So that's it. That's it for Ross.
So close, as we said, so close.
So-
Unless something happens, I don't know why he's not coming. But he made the comment last week that he won't be able to be here the final week, so he's got to step up this week.
Okay.
You hate to walk away with that bad taste in your mouth. So we'll see. Maybe he'll step up.
Yeah.
Or maybe whatever he has going on, he'll still be able to come. Who knows? But then you know who's 4th? Sean.
How does this man do it?
I have no idea.
He didn't even look like he was in the race.
No, not at all. But fortunately today he was so shook up about not parking at the police station that he couldn't understand, and his gate showed.
Yeah.
And he shot as well as we did, which was not very good.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not scoring points. So he I mean, could he step up this last week? Maybe.
Which I want to highlight. Him and Chris Lemon seem like a good pairing. I gotta wonder what was going on in their heads when they were shooting as poorly as they were. They're both very capable players out there.
Yeah.
When I looked at the leaderboard, those were the two guys. That was the team that I was like, they don't look like they're in the right spot.
Right.
They finished towards the bottom of the leaderboard. They're both high B's, in my opinion.
Sure.
Good golfers.
Yeah.
We got former
What happened?
winner. Like
I
they got
know,
experience
former champ.
points, former champ. You gotta believe they feel like they missed one on that one. You gotta believe they're kind of kicking themselves right now. They're maybe
There's an opportunity lost.
right. I guarantee you right now they're laying in bed just sulking in it, just like oh my goodness.
Sean's probably playing Escape from Tarkov, trying to shoot stuff,
or they're like
drown his sorrows.
in the fetal position in a shower right now.
Yeah, that
Not
could
a
happen.
shower.
That could happen too.
That's a classic movie scene, you know.
That's one way to do it.
And so, yeah, super exciting night. Do we have anything else to touch on?
But yes, I got a shout out.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had an opportunity to
Talk about your own.
play with your boy, Mr. Cafferly, with the M,
Mm-hmm.
and Mr. Mike. For those of you who didn't, Mike Cafferly. Sorry.
Yeah.
And we did not have a particularly good round. We just couldn't. There was minimal partner golf, and you throw a good one, and then I throw a good one, and you throw. And with that, he was off a little bit, and I was off a little bit, and we could never just put it together.
Yeah.
Let me play this really good shot, and then you follow up with a good shot. It just never.
Let me ask you this.
Never
'cause
clicked.
I know my card was dealing with it a little bit.
What's that?
The mental side of the bugs. Did you guys have any bug issues out there?
Huge. Now, Mike brought bug spray.
Yeah.
But before I got bug spray, I got bit by a mosquito through my shirt, and the mosquito was like an inch. Not really, but it was a big old honking mosquito. I was like, what the heck? So we greased up, but then we had to grease up again.
Mm-hmm.
Getting bit and bugs
Swatted.
flying in, trying to putt. And
Yeah.
It's tough.
It is tough.
We did not overcome the bugs.
It did feel a little humid out there. Were your glasses fogging up at all, or no?
That was not too bad.
Okay.
Now, I'll say it was to give me
I
an
know-
excuse.
I know
I
that's your
appreciate
thing.
that. That was nice of you.
So-
Yeah, that's my thing. But yeah, no, we just did not play good.
Okay.
But something that was exciting is hole 6. We step up. You guys know hole 6, which is just, poke and hope, hit the gap. And your boy Mike threw. I threw a thumber, and he. I don't remember exactly, tried to forehand and flex it up and get around. And he threw last year's winning Woods disc with all the names on it. I do not have the cojones to do such a thing because I want to look. I don't want to. It's all framed, even though my name's not on there. It's still framed. It's looking good. I don't want to throw it. And he just steps up. I got this. Boom. Bam. tip my hat to you, sir. That's the first time I've seen somebody throwing it in an actual round.
In the wild.
That's cool.
That is cool.
So good for you, sir.
Let's go.
That's exciting. I saw
cool.
that. I was like, that's my people.
I want to give a shout out to Mr. Michael Thomas because I know he's watching. I know he's listening.
That boy.
He made 3 outside the circle putts.
No.
Dude was lacing
No
fairways.
chance.
He was playing phenomenal.
Bro.
If we could see that more often,
You know
we're
how,
going to see Michael Thomas's name on that disc.
That's what I'm saying. And then mine too, because we're always partnered together.
Yeah.
And then you do that when you're with him.
It doesn't seem right, does it? But maybe it's a morale thing. Do you think you maybe carry something?
I'm probably bringing it down. I'm bringing it down. My bad.
Yeah. So I just want to give him a shout because I know he played well today. So.
Good for you, Mike.
Yeah, but I also played with Zeke.
Okay.
He threw. We already talked about it. What's
hole
that?
16.
Hole. What's hole 10? Is it the long par 4?
I don't know what number it is with the change, but it's a long par 4.
Yeah, it has a little island of OB right in front of it, which we didn't play, but
no, yeah,
it's traditional island right there.
Yeah.
He threw a 470-foot drive. He could have jump putted from his drive from the lungs. It was stupid.
Then it just kind of stand up and float right.
It literally started drifting right at the tree where my disc lands.
Oh, jeez.
It was still 30 feet up in the air, drifting right at the tree. Silly. I was like, we're not even playing the same sport at this point.
It's a different ballgame.
It's a different ballgame.
Different ballgame.
And so that was probably the most impressive thing of the old round. We did have a couple cage hits. I hit cage. Zeke hit cage. It was pretty electric. Andrew Rumps. Mm-hmm. Dude can't miss a putt.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. I saw him as he was walking off. He's like, Zeke throws far, and then I hit the putt.
Andrew Rumps I think he's top 3 putter in our league right now. He's an A putter. He's probably a low B, high C thrower because he does have a forehand, he does have a backhand. He's got the skills to be able to make it happen. So I'd watch out for him next season.
And I bet if you ask him how he became such a good putter, he'll tell you he practiced.
He tells me he practices quite a bit.
Aaron Nitz will tell you he doesn't practice. Andrew Rumps does. It shows.
It shows. He's coming for everything.
I'm talking about.
So, yep. Andrew Rumps was a blast to play with.
Good.
Zeke, good. Mike, morale was high. We finished like 20 minutes before anyone else finished.
Yeah, you guys must have been
We cooked. Yeah. There was quite a few casuals out there, which caused some backups.
Yeah.
They actually let us pass through fairly early on.
Well, that's good.
There was a cart of 3 that were moving like molasses. And so I think guys started to catch up to them, and they just...
Well, it's funny because you guys started on 3.
Yeah.
We were going to start on 4. There's a group of casuals on 2. And I looked up at 5. This group, the molasses group, was standing in the mouth to walk to 6 from the time we stepped on 3's tee pad, watched you guys throw, walked all the way to 4's tee pad, and we're like, they're still there. So we just decided to skip over to whatever was the long par 4, 13 or 12.
I shouldn't dog on them. They're
probably having a good time. Yeah,
they're
absolutely
having a good time. They're just moving slow.
Sure.
So they're enjoying themselves.
And that's okay. Yeah, we're not busting on them.
Busting.
That's just how it is.
Yeah.
So we all understand that. We've all played casual round. We've all played competitive rounds. That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anything else we need to touch on for league?
I think we're good.
Next week, where are we going to be?
Next week, I will be running it. Sans Mr. Nate and Mr. Aaron. We are going to go to. Is it technically called Grizzly Oaks?
Grizzly Oaks. Yeah, I think it's the technical term.
Oakland University. We played it once in the spring. It was very thick. It'll probably be very thick when we go next week.
We played in the spring. It was still like everything was kind of blooming at the time.
Oh, that's tough then.
Now everything's like really grown.
So be there. We're still going to run league. If for some reason we need to make a pivot, we'll make that call and we'll all go to Bald Mountain.
Yeah, we'll just go a quick round in Bald Mountain.
We probably won't do that.
No.
But we're going to go to Oakland. It'll be last week. We will not crown the champ until skins. So you may know, but the official trophy saying, "Here you go, champ," whomever the champ might be, could be me, could be Nate, whomever that might be, we will not crown that champ until not the following Tuesday, but the week August 6th, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're skipping that week.
We're
It's
skipping
the
that week.
August
After
13th
August
or
6th,
12th or whatever it is. That Tuesday when we run skins, that will be the official transference of the trophy.
We'll go,
ready to go, butt
Big deal.
pads, chest bumps,
Yep.
all that kind of stuff. So just so everyone's aware, you may know who the champ is next Tuesday, but the official coronation ceremony will be skins match.
Mm-hmm. Coordination ceremony. I like that. That's fun.
Just kind of comes out.
Yeah. We might have to I don't know.
We can
Dress up
trademark
for
it.
it. Call it a banquet.
Oh. Banquet of Little Caesars.
Banquet of Little Caesars. Let's go. I'm super excited for that.
Yes.
Grizzly Oak should be a blast.
Yeah, be fun.
Should be pretty tense, for those two guys particularly.
We believe it's a 2-horse race.
Now there are some guys who are gaining experience points. We already alluded to them. Calf release
Absolutely.
towards the top that want to finish strong.
Yeah.
Sean is also in the mix. He won't be there, but I guess I brought Sean up. I don't know why I brought Sean up.
Why
Roz is not going to be. He's not going to be. So we'll be missing some fellas.
Oh.
I won't be there. Aaron won't be there.
So it sounds like the
Benny won't be
scoring
there.
may be lower to the point where you may just have to play for aces and birdie funds and CTPs.
Ian might need to start bringing out some friends.
Oh yeah, or bring all your buddies.
Or bring all your buddies.
Yeah, that's true too.
So
Okay, bring your buddies.
bring your buddies. So we got anything else to touch on?
I think we're good.
6 o'clock, Grizzly Oaks. Be there, be square.
Yeah.
Skins match, get excited for that. That's
Yeah.
coming up.
We'll give you guys more details on the skins match if we haven't hit it well enough on Tuesday.
We haven't decided if we're doing a podcast this next week. That's still up in the air. So
Yeah, so a bunch of us are going to Ledgestone in Peoria, Illinois. So that's the big issue, and by a bunch of us, I think 8 or 9 of
10.
us,
Yeah.
maybe 10. So we do it every year. If you're interested in it, let us know. We all sign up in February. It's a commitment of money, but it's a blast. I love doing it. I love hanging out with the fellas. I love throwing the frisbee with the fellas, and it's competitive. So it's a good time.
Yeah. So I think we're good.
That's all I got.
So I want to thank you guys for sticking around for this podcast. Like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Peace.